The average man today is sleepwalking through life, many never reaching their true potential, let alone ever crossing the finish line to living a purposeful life. Yet, the hunger still exists, albeit buried amidst his cluttered mind, misguided beliefs, and values that no longer serve him. It's time to align yourself for greatness. It's time to become a revolutionary man. Stay strong, my brother.
Welcome, everyone, to the Revolutionary Man podcast. It's a show that's dedicated to helping you define success and become the man you've been destined to be. I'm your host, Alain Dumonceaux, and today we're going to dive into something every driven man needs. Whether you're running a business or leading your family, what we need in our arsenal is self-awareness. And whether you consider that as reflecting or self-awareness, these two ideas, these are not just concepts. They're actual tools. And these tools, they give us an edge over complacency, an edge over competition, and an edge over the man we were yesterday. But let's be real for a moment. How often do we as men take time to pause, to think deeply about our own thoughts and our own actions? So let me ask you, when was the last time that you stopped to evaluate the man staring back at you in the mirror? And if you did pause to do that, would you be proud of the answers that came forward? You know, gentlemen, today is not just talking about self-awareness. Today, we're talking about harnessing its power to sharpen every edge in all aspects of our life. And so here we are. We've got lots lined up for us today. We're going to explore why self-awareness matters, share a powerful story and how a reflection changed my life, and lean on the wisdom of men who've walked this path before us. And as always, you know, you'll be getting some practical tools to take this from theory into action. Oh, don't forget, if you're finding value in these episodes, share the show with a friend. That's how we spread the mission of helping men live with intention. So let's get on with it. Let's start with why self-awareness is every man's edge. Think about it. Self-awareness is like having a compass. You know, without it, you might be moving fast, you're working hard, you're making decisions, but you don't know if you're heading in the right direction. Man, that sounds a lot like my life. And a story from Cornell University found that self-aware leaders are not only more confident, but they also make better decisions. So why is that? It's because they know their strengths, they know their blind spots, and they have a clear sense of purpose. That is what this is all about. And it's not just in business. It applies to our marriage, it applies to our relationship with our kids, and even our own personal happiness. So when you understand yourself, you can better align your actions with your values. And when your actions and values align, man, that's when things feel totally meaningful. So I'd like to share a personal story with you about a few years back. And I was running myself ragged and trying to balance work and family and everything in between. And I thought I was doing it all for my family, but truly deep down, I was chasing external validation. You know, it took one evening for my wife to ask me a really simple question. And she asked me, "Alan, are you happy?" And you know what? I didn't have an answer for that. I had to stop and think about it. It had been years since I thought about that question. And so for that night, I spent hours and I asked myself hard questions. What do I want? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And am I living in alignment with my purpose? You know, it wasn't easy, but the moment of reflection was the turning point. I shifted my priorities, and let me tell you, when you are in aligned with your actions and your true self, everything in life changes. So let's turn to the wisdom of one of the greatest leaders, a great mentor of mine, Marcus Aurelius. You know, Marcus was an old Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, and he said, you have the power over your mind, no outside events. And to realize this, you're going to find strength. So think about that. True strength comes from within, from knowing yourself and mastering your mind. That's what self-awareness is all about. It's not just a concept, it's the foundation of true masculinity and of leadership. Okay, so here's some tips. So how do we develop self-awareness? And I'm going to give you 3 practical steps that start you off today. Start with a daily journal. Just spending 5 minutes every morning or every evening writing down what went well, what didn't, and how you felt. You'd be amazed at the clarity that this brings to you. 2, I like to use the Eisenhower matrix. This is a great tool that helps you prioritize your tasks based on what's truly urgent versus what's important. And you think about how quickly a week flies by. And if you've been focusing on the wrong things, why your life can be challenged from one week to the next. And so really for me, it was a powerful way for me to see where I was spending my time and whether it aligns with what truly matters to me. And I think you'll find that'll happen for you as well. And then you got to set weekly priorities based on these 6 integrity pillars that we talk about here. And so each week I pick one priority from one of these pillars. And our pillars are emotional, financial, spiritual, relationships, physical, and business. And focus our energy on that priority. And you'll start to notice how much your intentional life changes. So reflecting is about looking back and to learn and looking forward to align our actions. And trust me, it's one of the most rewarding habits that you're ever going to build. So here's a big takeaway for you. Reflection isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. It's a difference between drifting through life and steering your ship with purpose. Whether you take time to reflect, sharpen your edge, strengthen your relationships, and you align your life with your values. So trust me, that's where fulfillment's going to lie. Now, before we wrap up today, I've got a free resource for you. It's called Setting the Compass. It's an exercise. It's a free tool that helps you reflect on how the last 12 months have gone for you, your wins, your struggles, and your lessons. And it's going to challenge you to envision what the next 12 months will look like. It's simple, but I tell you, it's a game changer. You can download it right now. Just have a look in the show notes. And if today's episode resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Again, share it with a friend, leave a review, and let's keep building this community of revolutionary men together. Thanks for joining me today on the Revolutionary Man podcast. Remember, the power to change your life starts with the first choice. So make it today. I'm going to see you in the next episode. Live well, my brothers. Aho.
Thank you for listening to the Revolutionary Man podcast. Are you ready to own your destiny? To become more the man you are destined to be? Join the brotherhood that is The Awakened Man at theawakenedman.net and start forging a new destiny today.